Today we go over the 5 basic driveway gate installation steps. Hey everyone, Jason from Iron Fence Shop. When installing a driveway gate, there are a few things you want to determine and review before you start your installation. So today I wanted to go over 5 basic steps involved with installing an iron or aluminum driveway gate. This won't be a step-by-step install guide video, but more of a 30,000-foot view of what it takes to get your driveway gate up and functioning. What I hope to help with in this video is giving you a general idea of what's involved with a driveway gate installation. That way you can see if it's something you feel comfortable tackling before diving into all the details. We have several upcoming driveway gate specific videos scheduled along with an on-site install too. With that, let's jump into the 5 basic steps for installing one of our Stronghold iron or Infinity aluminum driveway gates. The first driveway gate install step is to have 811 mark your utilities. The last thing you want to do is start digging your gate's post holes to find a gas, water, or power line buried in the ground. 811 is a nationwide free service that will come out and mark your utilities with little flags so you don't go rupturing a hidden line underground when digging your post holes. You can simply dial 811 to contact them or set up an appointment online at call811.com. You'll just need to provide them with your address, nearest cross street, and where you plan to dig on the property. They typically come out within 2 to 4 business days and mark everything so you don't go digging into any below ground lines. Keep in mind this will only mark public utilities. Don't forget any private underground lines such as sprinkler systems, underground dog fences, or landscape lighting that could also be buried where you're placing the gate. The second driveway gate install step is to determine your post hole spacing, width, and depth before digging. Before you begin digging the holes for your gate post, you want to calculate how far apart the posts will be, how wide the post holes are, and how deep the post holes need to be. There are a handful of pretty basic calculations you'll use to come up with those numbers. Luckily, calculating those measurements is pretty easy to do with some basic information. We'll be doing a detailed video on how to calculate all of those that should be up around the same time this video is posted. To know where to start digging your post holes, you'll be calculating your inside to inside of post, center to center of post, and outside to outside of post measurements. Once you know where you're digging the post holes, you'll then come up with the width and depth of your post holes based on a few parameters. The third driveway gate install step is to set your posts in concrete. Once you've used the calculations in step 2 and dug your post holes, the next step is to mix your concrete and set the gate posts. There are 3 key details to step 3. 1. Correct concrete consistency. 2. Watching final post spacing. 3. Keeping the posts level and plumb. Let's take a quick walk through each of those 3 items. We'll start with correct concrete consistency. The proper consistency of your concrete is honestly more important than the type of concrete used. Standard concrete is fine. While the dry bag method of pouring the bag in the hole and then pouring the water on top is acceptable, I'm personally not a fan. With the dry bag method, it does make it quicker and easier in some cases, but it leaves you with no control over the mix consistency. Is that concrete truly wet to the bottom, or just wet on top and then pure dry powder on the bottom half? Too dry and the concrete might not set up and be brittle, too wet and it may not hold the post up in the hole. When you mix your concrete outside of the post hole, it gives you control of that consistency. If you've never mixed concrete before, think of it like mixing instant oatmeal. Too little water and it's like trying to eat dry cardboard. Too much water and it's a soupy mess. When you mix your concrete, you want something that you can ball up in your hand and it holds firm. Think consistency of chunky peanut butter. Next up in step 3 is watching your final post spacing. When you start pouring your mixed concrete around the post, be careful to keep checking the final spacing between your posts. We want to make sure that between pouring in the concrete and getting things set, that your posts don't shift around. While there is some adjustability in the hinge and latch settings, we want to make sure that you're keeping that distance between the posts as close to correct as possible. You want to not only make sure you're watching the post spacing, but you want to make sure your posts are level and plumb and not shifted inward or looking at the side, shifted forward and backwards. The fourth driveway gate install step is to hang your gate leaves on the posts. With your post concreted in, we now want to hang our gate leaves on the posts. It's key that your concrete is dry before you jump to this step. You do not want to be putting the weight and leverage force of your gate on that post until it's dry and solid. Depending on the concrete you chose and the temperature outside, that could be the very next day or even a few days later. Hanging your gate leaves will consist of drilling the gate frame and post to accept your hinges. This is one of my 7-inch J-bolt hinges that is used on all our Iron Fence Shop driveway gates. Where you drill the gate and post for your hinges will depend on the style and height of your gate, as well as the gap under your gate. You'll want to ensure where you place the hinges on the gate leaf doesn't interfere with any of the horizontal rails or decorative parts like this. In other words, plan the hinge placement so you can cleanly access the tightening nut without it being too close to a rail, ring, picket, or the end of the gate. Typically your hinge is going to be in the 6 to 16 inch range from the top and bottom of the gate leaf. The key factor is you don't want them too close to each other in the middle. Your top hinge may be 12 inches from the top to clear your rails, pickets, and your lower one may only be 8 inches off the bottom to spread the load of the gate leaf. I find it easier to install the hinge to the gate first and then mark and drill the posts second. Where the hinge is attached on the post is less important than where it's attached on the gate leaf. Once your hinge is attached to your gate leaf, you can support the gate underneath with wood or something similar that is the thickness of your desired gap under the gate to support it while you mark the holes to drill on the post. Like our little model here shows, you'll drill both sides of the post and then feed the bolt we provide through and bolt it with a nut on the other side. We prefer this bolt-on method to the pre-drilled holes because it allows you to choose the hinge's placement and makes the post being perfectly even side to side less of a concern. It's also better to bolt through the post like this and use the full structure of the post than just a nut welded on the inside and only one face of the post holding all that weight. The fifth and final driveway gate install step is to attach your gate automation or manual latch hardware. With your post concreted in and your gate leaves hung, the final step is to attach the hardware that'll hold your gate shut. There are typically two avenues you can go here: manual hardware or automation system. The less expensive and simpler option is going to be manually operating your gate with a latch of some kind and a drop rod. These manual setups will require you to get out of the car and open and close your gate. However, they also cost a fraction of what automating the gate does. You can always begin with a manual gate and automate it later. You're typically going to have some type of arm and clasp latch to hold the gate leaves together in the center for a double gate and against the post for a single gate. You then have a drop rod that installs on the lower corner of the gate. In the closed position, this rod will go to the ground and hold the gate in place. The other option will be an automated system that uses motors to swing the gate leaves open and closed. While these automation systems cost much more than a manually operated gate, they are much more convenient because you can open and close the gate from your car without having to get out. These units can be plug-in or solar powered, and we have another video on what to consider when choosing which power option will work best for you. Most kits on the market will come with plug-in power standard, with solar power being an option. Now there's a wide array of automation across many brands in the market you can choose from. We sell the Ghost Controls automation system. However, just about any gate automation system on the market will work with our iron and aluminum driveway gates. So there's the 5 basic steps of installing your iron or aluminum driveway gate. I hope this video has helped give you a general idea of what's involved to install one of these on your own. Be watching the channel for more driveway gate videos in the near future. Be sure to check us out here at ironfenceshop.com. Want a driveway gate but not sure how to choose what you need? Check out this video we did on 6 things to ask yourself before choosing one. If you have any other questions, you can shoot us an email at sales@ironfenceshop.com or give us a call at 800-261-2729. We look forward to hearing from you.